Hello and welcome to another lifestyle segment of JYE podcast. As you all know, this is a podcast for the young and the young at heart. In today's episode, we are discussing a very important issue we all face and yet is overlooked. You know, most of the times, we see students take up courses in school just because their parents ask them to. But I mean, their parents do have reasons why they do that. But it would be better if parents consider the child's interests and potentials and not just the expectations they have for the child. My name is Delphine Fafa, and I have with me here wonderful guests discussing this issue. I'll have my guests introduce themselves, starting from my extreme left.
Hello, I'm Telai.
And I'm Sena. I'm Yawa.
So how's the weather treating us? It's been raining these days, like in and out. I mean, very early in the morning, you are dressing for class and then you realize that the rain is falling.
Sometimes I just want to be in my room because rain means sleep. This morning, I didn't want to come.
Sana, you're just lazy.
I'm not lazy.
Yeah, so this rainy season, just like no movement, just sleep, relax, eat, and yeah, that's all.
See, I'm saying Sana is lazy, sir.
For me, it was annoying because like when it rains, the whole place is muddy.
Right.
And, yeah, you walking to class is so annoying.
For that one, I agree with you. Okay, so our episodes are going to be posted on our various social media handles, so do well to follow and get interactive with us on IG, Twitter, and TikTok at JYE. Okay, so let's just get right into our discussion for today. So, were there any expectations of your parents for you while growing up?
Expectations of me, not necessarily. Yeah, they are not really like. When it comes to academics, they expect me to just graduate and pass. But in general, like what they are expecting of me, it doesn't align to like what I want to do in my life. You get? It's like I just need to go to school and do this. So I'm here for them basically. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you don't want to be in school?
You Bob, yeah.
You don't want to be in school?
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
I wanted to work in entertainment, music.
Oh, but don't you think you need a bit of education for that?
High school is enough.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Sena.
Well, for me, I think it's a yes and a no for me. For like with him too, with education, it should always, they have high expectations. You should always have A, B+. If you don't have, it's an issue. They will not be happy with you. Yeah. And then for my lifestyle, my mom, you just have to be a good Christian girl. Your dresses should reach the floor. No boyfriend. Like, they expect like a certain lifestyle from like what society wants. And then for my daddy, whatever you do, as long as you don't bring pregnancy to his house, he's fine with it.
Okay, so what were yours? Like, I mean, what were the things you would have loved to do? Would you like to wear short clothes, unlike what your parents want you to do?
Not necessarily short clothes, but crop top. But the crop top cry is not just my mother. My tummy itself is not allowed. And then probably piercings. I love piercings. I want an industrial piercing. I want a nose piercing. Probably a little tattoo, but my mother will not be happy.
Leave this girl.
And your plans to get to her.
Yawa, what were your parents' expectations of you?
So for me, my parents just want to see me becoming the journalist I want to become because it has been my dream since childhood. And when it comes to the other part, the other lifestyle, my house here, my mom, you always go to church. When there's a program, you have to be there, and like your life based on morals and everything. But it's fun though. Just that sometimes you want to do some things, but your parents don't allow because of maybe where they find themselves or something. So that's so. Apart from that, nothing more.
Oh. So, Sena, did you face any challenges when you tried to, not do what your parents wanted you to do?
Of course, especially with school. I won't even lie, in SHS, I wasn't a good student.
Oh.
I was average, right?
Okay.
Me and my father, our eyes didn't meet. It's like he's sitting in the hall and me, I'm sitting in my bedroom. It was that bad. And for the lifestyle, me, I can wear whatever I want. But my mommy, the moment you are wearing like something short or a bit of your tummy is showing, or if you mention piercings, we can have an argument for the next 10-20 minutes.
But I'm sure you can actually mention piercings to your parents. Like,
I can't.
I literally can't. I can't.
I don't say I want to do it too. I'll do it as if African culture, we do.
Trying to lie to them.
Yeah.
Ima, were there any challenges?
Yeah, there were some few challenges. Like, if you want to do what you want to do, don't come back to the house.
You will sleep outside.
Yeah. Or they'll stop financing your life.
Yeah,
so you need to
thing.
like follow their rules and regulations and all that. Yeah.
But sometimes I think those things with what our parents have been telling us, I think it's for us to shape our life. Like, they're just scaring us. But sometimes when maybe you do those things and they sometimes consider you, but it's just that.
Hey, me, my family, there's true. They've sucked. Shit, I have a step brother. Charlie, he has been banned. Like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Amenuveve doesn't think your parents can actually sack you from the house.
Media, they can.
Yeah, they can. They actually can. Some parents can.
Honestly, do. But then I think I didn't mention this, but then with the education part of with my daddy, he's always supportive. You understand? Like, the journalist that you want to be, just do it. He's always going to be there for you. He will support you. You get, so apart from the lifestyle part.
Okay, so with the way you were all saying, with Sena especially, your mom wouldn't want you to wear short clothes. Do you think there were any societal factors that influenced that?
Not any. All societal factors. Everything is inside my mother. She will say that, not just society too, like Christian values too, as a woman you should be modest, or don't dress this way, men are going to look at you like this, men shouldn't be looking at you this way. It's like she's really strict with that stuff. So a lot of factors played a role in the way I dress or how I look to people.
Yeah. I mean, even sometimes, when you wear certain clothes, your mom could say, what would people think of you when they see my daughter wearing these kind of clothing? And
sometimes she even say, I didn't think you grow up and be like this.
Oh, that's so heartbreaking.
It's not heartbreaking. She doesn't say it in a harsh way. Like, she's being sweet about it. Like, that's not what I thought you would be when you grow up.
I feel like sometimes those long dresses, guys are not attracted to that.
Me, I don't care about the guys.
Amenuveve. Most of my long dresses, they are for church. So maybe putting on those.
Then the hot one is for outside. But for me personally, I don't dress the way I dress because of people, but because like that's the way I like it. This whole aesthetic thing that has come. Ghanaians, we learn the way. Like, that's what I like. That's what I want to look like. Not because somebody will see me and say, oh, this one looks nice, or that's not how you should be dressing. I do it for myself, but that's not what my mom expects.
Oh, I see. Ima, do you think your parents might have seen someone around your house become a doctor or become a journalist? That is why they don't want you to just go into music without having to come to school?
No.
Okay.
It's just what my dad went through. Okay. So he has seen Shege, so like he knows how life is.
Okay.
So he just doesn't want to like let his son waste the resources he has accumulated over all the years.
True.
But I'm sure they still support your music.
Oh yeah, they do now.
Yeah, so
at
you
first
just
they didn't. Yeah.
Okay, so you just have to go through school, and then after that you can.
Yeah, just need to get the degree to be labeled as a professional. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, and when parents impose all these on us, do you think there are any consequences? Like, I mean, when your mother forces you to go to church, or when she says wear this type of clothing, or do you think there are any consequences? Like,
yeah, so for the church aspect, let's say my parents are, let me say, they're those church type, but for me, I don't go to church. So it's like Sunday morning, you wake up, you're at home. Let me say this. They say what Satan, the devil finds work for an idle man or something like that. Yeah. So let's say Sunday I don't go to church. I'm just there. I'm tempted to do some things, maybe go out and go and chill, like meet my guy, something like that. So
Amenu, does your mother know?
Out of words. Like,
Yawa, is your mother aware? Is your mother aware?
I'll make sure I send the audio to her mother.
She here today.
So I think some of the things that our parents are, they tell us to help us to shape our lives with when it comes to something. So I think it helps in some ways. Yeah.
Emmanuel, so do you think that any consequence, like your parents forcing you to be in school, do you think there are any consequences?
Oh no.
Okay.
Shouldn't that there are a lot of benefits to it?
Okay.
Yeah, positives. I've really learned a lot during my time in school, and I've made very good connections too.
I'm really glad hearing that. You're a good child. So, do you think that open communication has a role in parental expectation? Like, I mean, if your parents are open to you, like in what they want for you, does it play any role, like in in finding a common ground in this situation?
I think it does.
Yes, it
Okay.
does.
Yeah, it does.
So for me, I'll start with like JHS. You know, when you read JHS 3, you have to select a school and stuff. My parents didn't just go to the school or select the school. They will call you, like, what school do you want to go to? Is this what you want? Like, they'll discuss it with you. You know, I this school that I have picked there, I don't think it's good to go to. Or with like certain life decisions, you know. Me, if I like a boy, I can tell my mother.
For real?
Yes, I can. She's not happy. Yeah, I can tell my mommy.
Like you're being for real?
Yes, I'm being for real.
Okay.
No, my mommy wasn't
People are
always.
getting it cool. Oh.
My mommy wasn't always this way. She wasn't that open communication type of person. I remember telling her, I didn't even say I was depressed though. I just told her I was down. Hey, Charlie, the arguments we had over it's like,
Child of God.
you
How
know,
can
what
be
are you
depressed?
doing? You are declaring and decreeing over your life. And then she was like, you know, but then like ever since I entered university, it's like she herself has grown, she has matured, and she has realized how important open communication is. So if I have any issues, whether my lifestyle or medication, I'm always, and it has helped me personally. You get.
Right. Emmanuel, I want to hear you.
What's up?
So I'm asking whether there's any way, whether you think if parents openly communicate with their kids, like there will be a common ground for like every situation. I mean, you want to do this, your parents says,
Oh yeah, open communication is very, very important in parental children relationships.
Okay.
Me, I wasn't the type of child to like always be talking to my parents like how I talk to my friends. So I didn't really have that growing up, but just as Sena said, entering the university has made them realize that your son is growing, so you need to listen to him more.
But like, did you have to like have a conversation with them about your music career?
I've never had a conversation.
They just accepted it.
Exactly. Because initially it's not like it wasn't making sense. You get just wake up and say you want to do music, but they weren't seeing. They weren't seeing the building blocks. So now that they actually have something to like see from the music, now they know that okay, this is something that can be fruitful. So let's support it.
I mean, you guys actually getting it so good. Like, I mean, the way you guys, your parents are being so. My dad is as strict as something. Like, I mean, it's what he wants for you or nothing. I mean, there are times that it looks like he's trying to compromise, but even that one, he's trying to advise you and like trying to force you to take
your mind.
Yes. I mean, he's trying to make it look like, oh, what he knows is the best. So let's just kind of like agree on it.
So were you forced to do this communication that you're doing?
In a way, yes. Actually was. I wanted to do political science actually. I mean, that was what I wanted to do after SHS. But I think even though I was in a way forced, it's helpful now. Like when I came here, I'm enjoying the course. And then like
we can tell.
I don't think political science and then communication, they have something in common.
Yes, they do have something in common, but then trying to find a job after school, it's not that easy as you would find when you offer communication studies. Yeah, that is mostly politics related, like becoming a minister and all those things. It's not something easy. Like you need to have the connections.
You drew out your plan, your daddy just came in, scattered the whole thing.
African parents.
Very beautiful.
Okay, so do you think there's any way that our parents can help us set realistic goals? Like, I want to become a pilot. Then my parents, my dad is like, no, I don't want you to become a pilot. Do you think there's any better way that they could actually help us set those goals? Like,
Yeah, I think they can teach us with their experiences.
okay.
Experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
So my dad was a soldier man. So if I wanted to be in the army, definitely I could speak
Yes.
to him, and then
Yes.
he will obviously know one or two. Yeah, the quick shortcuts and everything. Yeah.
But looking at your dad being a
A soldier.
soldier,
I'm saying.
and he actually understood.
Yeah, I've
The way my mouth is on the floor right now.
I mean, soldiers are really autocratic.
Yes.
Like, by force, by
I thought
force.
he was even coming to say his daddy does some office work or something. Or the way you are saying, they just.
But with the
answer.
soldier thing that he said, I have a friend.
Okay.
His father is a soldier, but when he was young, he told his dad that he wanted to be a soldier. The dad slapped him.
Hey, Charlie.
So then he asked his dad why. The dad said, "Why do you want to be a soldier?" So with that, I was even confused because the dad is in the field, but he doesn't want his son to be in. So it's like he has experienced something that he
Nice,
doesn't
I
want.
know.
He
Yeah,
doesn't want
yeah,
his
yeah.
child to also experience.
Sure.
So with his case,
Yeah. Okay, so Ima thinks your parents' experiences can help you set realistic goals. Okay, so Sena, what do you also say about this?
For me, I don't know. I think I was a talkative since I was young. I even had a report card. They had written talkative on it. It was that bad. I think twice. So me, my parents, they've always said like I'll be a journalist, stuff like that. I think them saying it too fed into my passion for journalism.
Yes,
You get. But then for my sister, she was a talkative like me. Growing up together, twins. If I'm talking, she's talking. And then I think when we're done with SHS after doing general art, she said she wants to be a chef. My daddy said from what he has seen growing up, he doesn't think that being a chef in Ghana is going to take you. Like, don't do it. That thing that you are doing, it won't take you anywhere. The Uber crack caterer and our school feeding program now. Don't go and do that because you are wasting your time. Because it's like what he has seen so far. Like people sell food all right, but how much are they making?
Yes,
You understand? But then they allow there in the end anyway because by the grace of God, my mommy is more gentle. She's like, now dear, if you're a chef, you get money.
Yes.
My mom is like, she has seen people who have made it through cooking. I mean, look at Hilda Basi. She says,
You didn't have to.
you saw it coming.
Yeah, I really did.
She's a chef for like big celebrities. And we even have chefs in Ghana here who are like
Yes,
working for
right.
big people, have their own restaurants.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think your parents have been supportive, but then
Very, very.
Sana, having to hear you say you were talkative, I mean, your face looks so so quiet.
Make a cry, nobody believes
Yes,
me,
yes, right.
But I think for my lifestyle, like realistic goals that my parents have set for me, it's like in as much as you want to do with yourself, you have to look at the future consequences, So the way you dress, the way you look, tattoo now, how would it look in the next 10, 20 years? Or how would your body end up looking along the
line.
years? Yeah, along the line, you get.
Amenuveve, was there any goal that you wanted? Was there something that you had wanted to do and your parents felt like no, Emba, so let's decide on this? Was there something like that?
for me, it has been the journalism all the way. Yeah, so.
Amenuveve, you can see that her house is really cool.
Yeah.
So calm, no
You see,
trouble.
as Sena said earlier, the talkative there, our report card, every sem when the report card comes out.
Hey, they say it's not all of them that are part two. So it's just the two of us. Only the two of us.
Please,
that
I'm
we have.
part. I've raised up my hand.
Hey,
So the talkative there.
you're a quiet person.
Yeah.
So you own the
I
road
mean,
quiet.
no, even you messed.
We didn't even write anything regarding.
Maybe
People
be
they
I
only
mean,
write for the
look
talkative.
at Ima's demeanor. Ima doesn't even talk like unless he's asked to. He doesn't even smile. And I'd be shocked if he was even part of talkatives. Hey, so Ahaba said she wasn't a talkative in school.
Oh yes, me, I was a quiet girl. I was very quiet.
Producer, you are lying.
The producer
You are lying.
is straight up lie. I mean, and you're having communication studies. You should be talking.
It's just in the blood. It's just in the blood.
Hey.
I didn't.
From the vibe I'm getting from you guys, it looks we all have supportive parents. So do we think that this support we are getting has any impact on our self-esteem and our well-being?
I think it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it does because, if I didn't have the approval or the support of my parents with the course I'm about to do, I wouldn't feel good about doing it. Because, when I was about to do general arts at first, they were in support of it, all right. But then the energy wasn't there. The support wasn't there like that. Like, I didn't feel good doing it. So it really affected my performance in school, and then my well-being too. Doing the course, I'm not happy doing the course because my parents don't like it.
They were not supportive of you offering general arts?
Not entirely, because then my mommy had some courses she wanted me to do, like economics and stuff like that, but I didn't want to do econs.
Yes.
Or even e-maths. I came to do general arts, they're asking me to do econs.
Yes.
For the business people, I beg.
We are sorry for any form of all this. Ima?
Support. How my parents' support affects my self-esteem. Parents' support really does do something for the child's self-esteem, because it's like someone, for them, their dad or their mom could be like their number one best friend. So when you have your mom and dad giving you advice, supporting you in the things you do, it feels nice because the person who brought you into this world is actually behind you. So yes, it does something for me.
I agree with Nima.
Well, for me, I don't know why, but I think my dad's support, especially in terms of finances, it makes me feel so comfortable in school. I can actually go about my day not being bothered about what I'll eat or those other, yes. And so I feel so comfortable in school. Amongst all the things I could bother about, finances could be the last, could be the least. I wouldn't even be bothered about it.
But what Iman was saying, I completely agree with him because then, the way I would carry myself during this course is not the same way I would carry myself doing a course that my parents didn't want me to do. My mother, if I tell her I have a recording today, she's like, oh, do well. You there, I know you there, can do it. It makes me feel good about myself, Unlike if I told her that I was doing a certain course, a certain course, they say I should go and do presentation, and then she tells me, okay, go and do it. I'll even be sad doing the thing.
Yeah, right.
For me, my parents, they've really helped me in so many ways because with that help, I feel like I'm very different from others. And then
I'm very unique.
Yeah, I'm very different from others, and I'm just being myself and doing things. So they've really helped me, and I appreciate them for that.
So in kind of with what Sena said something about her sister wanting to do catering and then her parents not accepting that. Do you think there are any other success stories or examples of people who overcame parental expectations and then pursued their own aspirations?
I think my sister is an example for me.
I've already mentioned your sister.
Because I'm so proud of my sister. Because when she was doing it, honestly, the whole family was against. Not only my dad, our uncles, and then our male cousins were like, "Why are you going to do this course?" But then she's done so well with the course. My daddy is even more proud of her than I am, and she has proved herself with the course, and I believe she can become one of the success stories one day.
So was there anything your parents saw or anything they had heard that made them feel like doing catering wasn't okay for your sister?
For her course, it's not necessarily catering, so it's hotel, catering, and institutional management. And for them, they didn't see the catering business, apart from weddings and parties, they didn't see it as, they wanted something that, gave you a name. I'm a lawyer, people see you a certain way as compared to being a caterer. You understand? So my daddy particularly was looking at that, and then looking at we caterer, we do animal weddings and stuff. He didn't think it was something that you can boast or brag about, but he had to learn that whether you're a caterer, you're a chef, as long as doing it makes you feel self-fulfillment or or successful, it was okay.
I think that is it.
Okay, for me, I don't think our parents asking us to do a particular course is mostly based on our potential or something. Sometimes the finances also count, because if I want to do something and then my parents don't have the money to support me in that field, I don't think I'll go in for it, because if I go in, that means there's no support from them or anywhere. So I think our parents asking us to select this course or something is based on their finances, apart from the rest.
But
So
when you consider always your parents' happiness and you put it above yours, it begins to become
Kind
a
of
certain
burden to
way.
you. Like everything you do feels like
yeah, that one also counts. But you see, if I'm entering university and I don't have anything, or I can't support myself, and maybe I don't have anyone to also support me, and then it's my parents that are there to support me, I have no, let's say, no choice or something, because definitely I'll need them.
me. I'm thinking that yes, you can need your parents, but you should also agree with certain your interest and certain things that you also want to do. Do you get it? You shouldn't always be like, okay, because my parents are the one paying my school fees, I would have to do exactly what they want me to do. I mean, we also think we are also humans, right? And we all have, My uncle, I could actually chip in my uncle into these success stories, like people who really overcame what their parents expected of them. You know, my uncle had always wanted to go into architecture, but my grandfather felt like he's a guy and he can just go into IT and become this tech man. So I think he refused what my grandfather wanted him to do, and then he ventured into architecture. And then now, I mean, he sells lands and he designs houses for people and all that.
Can you give us
And
land
they're
for free?
advertising.
And free ad. We want free land.
So now, me myself, I don't have one of them. So you're asking me to give you a free land. Okay, so are there any practical steps that our parents can take to make sure that our aspirations are being fulfilled? Like any practical steps like we can think of, Sena?
I think the open communication, because I don't see what else they can do to
Okay.
help us build ourselves individually, career-wise. You know, apart from that, just discuss with me. You know, when I talk to you, if you have any 2 cents you can give me, fine. But if you don't have a conversation with me and you're forcing me, or me to have that mentality of better to ask for forgiveness than ask permission, life is not going to be easy for any of us. So open communication.
You are challenging your parents.
And
Okay, so open communication, I agree with that. I feel like, and in making sure that they support us in every way they could. Like for me, I'm really keen on finances, honestly, because you know there are people who have really open communications with their parents, but I mean they're still scared to ask their parents for money. I don't want to give an example though, but I mean there are people that can actually talk with their parents about literally everything, but they don't even tell their parents about the things that they need in school. So they come to school and then like their whole life is like kind of so difficult.
not me. If you want money, ask. Ask. Just not from me, please. I beg.
with
Jonathan, don't ask
I
me
think
for
what you are saying is
Yes.
maybe if there was no communication between the child and then the parent, is difficult asking for things. So
even when there's communication, sometimes
Yes.
it's hard to ask for money.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
not money,
at first,
brother.
I think
You-
it depends on what you discuss with your parents.
me, I talked to my mommy about everything, but at first I couldn't ask her for money. But I realized that if you go to heaven and come down, cry, the money you still collect. So if you're
Yes.
asking for it early or late,
It's
ask for
better
it. Ask for money, please.
Okay.
Don't come and bleed in school. Take the money.
So open communication and ensuring that your children's financial needs are being met. Ima, do you have anything to say about this?
I just agree with Sena.
Okay.
Yeah, open
You don't agree with
communication.
me.
Yeah. Not at all. You didn't mention so, please.
Oh, Ima. let's hear what you have to say.
Sena said it first.
Okay.
Open communication. Yeah, that's like the basic of
Okay.
things our parents are supposed to do for us. So.
All right.
I think I also talk about counseling, not only from our parents, but maybe other people that maybe they've experienced it before.
Yes. So, but how many of us even listen to advice? And not like this. You advise her and The next minute, this girl is doing a
I don't
different
agree.
thing.
I listen to advice.
I agree, please.
Advice is like my second home. You
Are
guys.
you sure?
When I do,
Eyes.
I don't like the way you guys are looking at me, but advice is my second home. If I'm doing something and I have to remember what my parents told me, the advice they gave me, and that's how I live my life.
He said,
with
"Oh,
the
boy."
advice.
Even the way man is quiet, he knows that as for him, advice there. Never.
It's not in his dictionary.
Yeah, it's out of it.
This for advice.
ADB.
You can spell it, but it's not in your dictionary.
But on the road, when it comes to advice, I don't know. It's confusing the CE and then the SE. So I
That
don't know
one
if
is another issue.
I don't know. I don't know.
it's C. I think it's a C.
Yeah, I also
Yeah.
think it's a C.
Me, I'm used to the C1, so.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
All of us.
One is a noun, one is a verb.
Yes,
Yes.
the S is the verb and then the C is
The English sharks. Let me keep quiet. It's quite unfortunate that we have to end our discussion here. So, our guests, are there any last words you'd want to share? Yawa?
So I would like to tell our lovely parents out there to encourage their children in whatever decision they make concerning their career choices or their schooling. Yeah, so that's what I say.
Emmanuel, please advise us.
I think children should be more interactive with their parents and vice versa. Parents should also be more interactive with their kids, because no matter what, it's your parents that you're going to go to.
Yes.
Yeah, no way anybody
That
else.
is your home. That is your home. Sena.
You said we have communication. That's it. Have conversations with your parents.
Yes.
If you have anything to say, just talk to your parents about it. If your parents are strict too, find a way to go about it. Or they will learn to be open with you. And the most important part, ask for the money. The money they'll give you. Jonathan, ask for the money.
So concerned about the money.
Producer, ask for the money. They'll give it to you. Me, I don't have any money. Source of income is my daddy.
Yeah.
So all of you, please, take the money if it's going to make you feel comfortable. And sometimes our parents know best.
Yeah.
You understand? So when they advise us, if you want something and you want to understand it, ask them. Okay, if they advise you, sometimes take it. Sometimes ask for forgiveness after. Follow up.
So now this one, there's not sometimes. Our parents are actually our parents, you see. I mean, I feel like they've had the experience. They've gone through certain things that we haven't gone through. So they know better. They know better when they advise us. I mean, when you want to wear mini skirts and your mom is telling you to...
Sorry, this one is not straight bullet, direct bullet.
Yes, so now right to you. And your mom wants you to wear long clothes. It's for your own good. So that boys don't follow you and chase you and all those things.
Jesus Christ
Oh,
said
wait,
the
I have
men
a-
should
I have a
pluck their
question.
eyes out.
Okay.
Is it every advice our parents give us that we take?
Not necessarily every advice, but that doesn't mean you refute it and act as if what they're saying is not right? You can just have an open communication and explain to them what you think. Who knows? In the process, you learn so much from it. That is all we'll leave you with. Thank you for listening to our lifestyle episode of JYE, the show where we talk as a day. My name is Delphine Fafa Topeno. Do well to follow and get interactive with us on IG, Twitter, and TikTok at JYE. Catch us on our next segment, Confession. Until then, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.